I'm here to play around with y'all. God damn it, I'm not.
Tribe Media. Hey, yeah. Tribe Media. It's DQ, baby. Tribe Media. Check. Tribe Media Innovations, we got them waiting. What? Took a little minute, was patient, but now we take it. Anytime we want this game, my situation is entertainment intertwined with information. Alchemist soul, how we move the tassel and roll. It's amazing how we can turn something brass to gold. And we steady making hits. Architect with the prop and the scripts. It's logical that the product will flip. My boy Chef did the lineup, I'm fresh in the bitch. Carnivorous podcast, the newest show on the list. DQ on the boat, so I'm rocking the ship. While the music gon' be dope and the artist legit. Hold my beard, concrete cord, then step in the door. See, that's my man, and he reppin' for show. And true saviors, a player with flavor. Lexicon Taylor, lines on point like a laser. We need that paper, we building the vault. Cause you niggas don't listen, y'all be waiting to talk. Lack accountability and try to make it our fault. But opposing us is trying to arm wrestle the hawk. You coming up short on your re-up, nigga we up. Really wouldn't want to be up. I kick my feet up. My beat is wagyu and my truck is all speakers. Bills is all blue and my blunt is all reefer. With possible deniability, that boy eater. High quality whack juice by the liter. They like to call us ops, we got Oppenheimer features. That's the bomb out on the island just to teach you.
What's up? Man, what's happening with y'all out there, man? It's your boy Logic, man. I'm coming up here. I got a cool show for us, man. I've been doing a lot of research on this up and coming campaign. For some reason, I'm really interested in it this year. I think a lot of stuff I'm really anticipating it actually applying to me. You know what I'm saying? It took me 37 years to want to really get, a deep look into what's really happening on the campaign trails. Like, what are these conversations that they're talking about? What are these debates? Like, what are they actually all about? Like, what are the events that trigger some of these questions? And, what is some of the things that they're saying have to do with our economies, our everyday life, right? Like, how do these people, how are they affecting the grocery store, the gas prices, so on and so forth. So I've been taking a pretty deep dive into it, especially like the last, I would say since the presidential debate, not so much the vice presidential debate. I've kind of come to realize that they don't do much other than break ties in the Senate. I mean, that can be kind of a good thing, a big job depending on what it is they're voting on. So I'm not trying to undermine that at all, but wasn't quite as interested in that as I was trying to get to know our new potential presidents. Biden's dropped out the race. He's no longer a candidate. That's an easy one. And everybody hates Trump. People don't know who Kamala really is. I would say in 2 weeks of taking a deep dive of who she is, I'm still surprised that I don't really know who she is, right? Oh, I would figure I made it real easy. For me, it's her race to lose, right? I don't want to vote for Trump. I think he's nuts. I have a hard time of really pinpointing exactly what the benefit is to voting for Trump. I think that there's a lot of misconceptions out there with how Trump's previous policies affected the average everyday people as far as economy wise. I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions with that. I wish I had thought about that right before I actually went live. I'd have put something together to where I can actually, show people what it is that I can say about it. I mean, I know what it is, but I wish I could just have something to show people so they could kind of like help follow along with it. The short version of that misconception is he changed the way people's taxes were deducted from their payroll, right? Which is usually an option that you have personally to go to your HR department and say, hey, I want these deductions. It's basically like you can take the option between having a higher tax return at the end of the year or having less taxes taken out of your check, which will show that you have more money in your pocket, but really the only thing that's really changed is how your taxes have been deducted. So yes, your check would have looked, you would have gotten a larger check and a lower tax return. And to some people, that's enough for them to feel like the economy is thriving. But when you look at it a little bit closer, you notice it's not quite what you see, what it seems like it is. It wasn't like you just overnight got some, $75 pay raise and they didn't tell you across the whole country. That's not what happened. So that's a big misconception I think a lot of Black people had as far as what Trump actually did for the economy, or why it felt like you had more money in your pocket when Trump was in office. That's a misconception. That's one that a lot of people say and they run with it. It sounds good. And I think that's when you have like a surface level kind of understanding of what it is you're actually talking about, right? Which is okay for some people, right? But I feel like I like to at least know what I'm talking about, and I'll put the effort into trying to figure it out. And I think it's beneficial, right? I mean, I want to know what Kamala meant when she said equal opportunity economy. I'm still curious to know what that is. All right, I've been trying to look up what her economic policies are, and a lot of good stuff. I'm really not. And when I'm looking up Trump's economic policies, I'm not running into a lot of good stuff there either. Right? He's hammering hard on the tariffs are the answer to inflation. And when I hear economists talk about how the tariffs affect inflation, they say that the tariffs usually are passed down to the consumer, right? So even if, say for instance, we know Trump was really hard on China with tariffs, right? Now, what the way that's said was, the way he presents it is that those tariffs are like Trump putting a stronghold on China, or like throwing his weight around over there, as if that's kind of what that is. But really what he's doing is he's putting a tax on imported items from China, right, which are being passed down to the American consumer. So I kind of fail to see where that's really, detrimental to China at all, to be honest with you. The fact that he says it like he did something, like he just put his foot on their neck, I think that's kind of like it could only, like, to me, maybe my understanding needs to be better, but I've heard several people talk about this, economists, college professors, the way they talk about it is basically it does the opposite of what he thinks it's doing. And he talks about it in conversation as if that's supposed to be a win for him. And really he just, like put a sales tax on America. But he presents it like he just did it to China. It doesn't seem to be working that way. So part of his economic policies when he gets back in the office is to put more tariffs out there. So where he's trying to make it seem like a solution for inflation, it looks like it's more of a direct cause of short-term inflation. And we could move in, and unfortunately, like, I gotta say this too, right? Unfortunately, when it comes down to looking at Kamala's policies, there's not a whole lot to look at, right? There's a whole lot of promises that she makes, and then there's a lot of questions that she refused to really answer with any sort of real detail as far as how she's going to do these things. Some of her promises are, I think it was like $50,000 to start up businesses. I think it's something like $5,000 or something like that to middle-income families, or no, 50% tax cut to middle-income families, whatever a middle-income family is going to qualify to be, because that could be a lot of people, right? That could be anything. That could be $40,000 to $150,000 a year. You could be middle income. You know, I don't know what that really means. There's no real details out there, so all we can do is guess at the moment. But that's what she said she was going to do. Now, that's cool if that's what you say. But I think that if you say something like that, the follow-up question should be just as easy for you to answer as far as like how you're going to pay for it. Because the economy doesn't work on a one-way kind of scale. It's a two-way scale, right? Whatever you do on one side, it is going to affect something on the other side. Her last answer that she gave on 60 Minutes, which was a couple days ago, I think it might be yesterday or the day before, right? I'm gonna play a little snip of her answering this exact question on 60 Minutes. I'm gonna break it up so we don't get flagged. Definitely can't have our channel flagged. Let me see, how do I share? It's been a while, y'all. What's up, Corey? I see y'all out there. So, okay, I see XYZ. He said Harrison votes for America. Us. But why? My question is why? I'm actually not against what you're saying, but I want to know, what are you looking at that's making you like, oh, yeah, this is a great candidate for me? I need to know that. I'm trying to figure out why it's a great candidate for me. I hate Trump. I hate him. I don't want to vote for Trump. But I can't figure out why Kamala is a great candidate, because from what I could tell, she a robot. I might as well elect the teleprompter. And that's what I was going to do. That's what I was scared of doing with Joe Biden. I was scared to elect the teleprompter. I don't know who's behind a teleprompter. I feel like I'm talking to a robot, somebody that literally has a memorized script. And what that means to me is that you don't really mean anything you say, because you're going off of a script that you and maybe somebody else put together. So these issues that you're going to go on to claim that you actually care about, you don't. You just memorizing the script. Whereas this is a very strange plus to have to give to Trump. I believe he means what he says. And that's not really a plus, because I do believe that he means what he says, and he means he wants to be a dictator. And that means he actually wants to enforce some more tariffs that really, I don't want to get stuck on one thing. I'm getting bouncing all over the place. Now let's play Kamala and hear her answer to this question here.
American people don't seem to be feeling it. Groceries are 25% higher, and people are blaming you and Joe Biden for that.
So we heard the question, right? I got to reiterate it. This is going to be my way of breaking it up so we don't get flagged. But the question was about the grocery store and inflation, right? The people are blaming the Biden administration for inflation. Why are groceries so high? They're pointing the finger at Biden and Kamala. Let's see the answer.
Are they wrong?
We now have historic low unemployment in America among
sentence, not answering the question. The first sentence, not addressing the question. That means you have already tried to take me somewhere other than just directly answering the freaking question. Why won't you answer the question, lady?
all groups of people. We now have an economy that is thriving by all macroeconomic measures.
Y'all know what macroeconomic measures are? I bet she don't either. Let's go.
And to your point, prices are still too high. And I know that, and we need to deal with it, which is why part of my plan, you mentioned groceries. Part of my plan is what we must do to bring down the price of groceries.
Harris says,
why wouldn't she just say yeah? Because the question was, do we have the Biden and Harris administration to blame? She took us all the way around the block, never answered the question, never gave us any inclination that she actually is going to address it. All she really said is that she is aware of it. What? Crazy, right? Crazy. Now this is going to be the real kicker right here. This is going to be where I think she dropped the ball immensely. Even though she put a whooping on Trump. I ain't gonna lie. On that debate, she was shining on that debate. Well, I guess whatever it was, her scripted act was on point that night, right? I think she got I think that they helped her out. They had to help her out a little bit because it's from what I'm hearing, anything off script, she's gonna have a problem.
She'll press Congress to pass a federal ban on price gouging for food and groceries, but details are yet to be defined.
Y'all heard that, right? Now, she's been on the campaign trail for 2.5 months, right? She's been in office for 3 years and I guess 8 months, something like that. Somewhere in that number, right? She's been a politician for, I don't know, a long time, and we don't have any access to the details of how she plans to get any of this stuff done. Now, she is a politician. It's her job, man. It's actually her job to be able to understand these policies, understand, some of the inner workings of at least what she wants to accomplish. Maybe not necessarily have a great grasp on the details of what's the implications of what she wants to accomplish, right? Like, let's say if she wants to, let's say if she does want to provide a 50% tax cut to middle class, I don't expect her to know exactly what that does to the budget, or what do they have to cut spending on in order for them to be able to provide a 50% tax break for the middle class. I don't necessarily expect her to know that. I think that's the job of an economist, but I would at least expect her to have some details on how she's going to get it done, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a very fair question, and for her to be, for the election to be right around the corner, right? And for her to be a representation of a team of people, I think that they should have, some type of idea of what in the hell they talking about when they say equal opportunity economy, or when they say 50% tax cut to the middle class, or when they say we're gonna reduce inflation. And so far, through a lot of research, and this was filmed what? It doesn't say how many days ago it was. But if this is definitely no older than 3 or 4 days, if it wasn't yesterday.
You want to expand the child tax credit.
Yes, I do.
You want to give tax breaks to first-time home buyers.
Yes.
And people starting small businesses.
Correct.
But it is estimated by the Nonpartisan Committee for Responsible Federal Budget that your economic plan would add $3 trillion to the federal deficit over the next decade. How are you going to pay for that?
Okay, so the other economists that have reviewed my plan versus my opponent and determined that my economic plan would strengthen America's economy, his would weaken it.
Question was, how do you plan to pay for that, lady? Right into deflecting. Like not even an attempt to answer the question. Like, when your deflection is that good, you can't be going off the top of it. Because, what I'm saying about going off the top, like, you can't be attempting to answer the question at all at that point. At that point, you're just going with this rhetoric. And from my world experience, the people who I know do that are salespeople. You can ask them a question and they will give you what they call a spiel. Now, that's my only way to relate it to it. But when you're spilling as a salesperson, you are saying something that you've literally said 1,000 times. You're at that, like you are at that particular moment, that spill could be 5 minutes long, and you could be thinking about anything else while you're saying it because you've said it so many times. You're on autopilot. But does it answer the question? Probably not. Right? But that's like the whole point of the spill, is to get you around the question and not necessarily through the question. Now, I didn't make this up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like make up how to be a salesperson. I'm just telling you, that's kind of how it happens sometimes. Now, when you're starting to get a little closer towards the end of the process, you become a little bit more direct. But a lot of times in the beginning, it's not quite so much like that. But I don't want to hear my president talking about the economy like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when I go to the car lot and I ask my salesperson about interest rate, I might expect him to say that. I might expect him to do his job that way, but not the president.
But
My plan, Bill, if you don't mind, my plan is about saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
but pardon me, Madam Vice President. The question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes. It is not right that teachers and nurses and firefighters are paying a higher tax rate than billionaires and the biggest corporations. And I plan on making that fair.
But we're dealing with the real world here.
But the real world includes...
How are you going to get this through Congress?
When you talk quietly with a lot of folks in Congress, they know exactly what I'm talking about because their constituents know exactly what I'm talking about. Their constituents are those firefighters and teachers and nurses. Their constituents.
She about to shoot herself in the foot again, though.
Are middle-class, hardworking folks.
And Congress has shown no inclination to move in your direction.
I disagree with you. There are plenty of leaders in Congress who understand and know that the Trump tax cuts blew up our federal deficit. None of us.
So, right, and I told y'all that that interesting sales story because I don't want to get the feeling that the president isn't really concerned with what I'm trying to accomplish, right? I think that can be something that salespeople do, inadvertently. They can seem like they're not necessarily connected with what you're trying to accomplish. And for that matter, I'm not so sure that she's connected with what she's trying to accomplish. Because if she was, then I think that she could give a better answer to how she's going to pay for it. If her plan is to increase the taxes for wealthy class people, I mean, why not just say that? Why not just say that you're going to have a bigger tax? Why not just say you're going to have a bigger tax on corporations? What's wrong with that? I don't know, a particular sector. You think that was a good answer? It was a good answer to what? What was a good answer that she said, Corey? I'm gonna drop the link in a minute, man. I kind of think this is a good topic for us to just kind of kick around. This could be one of our little days where, like we would be sitting in the Discord just chopping it up about politics, and it doesn't make it to YouTube for whatever reason, but it'd be a great conversation that we have in private. That's kind of like more so the idea of one of these, man. But I've been doing I've been really looking at it. I've been really looking at, what are the implications if she started her plan right now, what would it do to the national deficit? Neither one of them are good for the national deficit from everything I'm looking at. But providing a tax cut of 50% to middle income people, first off, is a huge demographic. But what would that extra money now not go is a good question, right? I mean, we're already, we're already sending a lot of money, to our military. We're sending it to Ukraine. We're sending it to Israel. So it's gotta come from somewhere. Corey said clearly she said she was going to pay for it by making the billionaires pay their fair share. Well, that's if you. I guess you would kind of have to really believe that billionaires pay no taxes. I think corporations don't pay taxes, but that's kind of what I think, right? I could be wrong, man. You could. I'd be more than happy you come up here and tell me I'm wrong. But again, I've been doing some research, man. I ain't shooting from the hip right now. I'm telling you what they be saying, bro. They said a lot of those big money people, we think that they all loopholes, but you might be more talking about corporations than big people. Let's see. I didn't hear her say she was going to make 50% tax cut for middle class. I don't think she said it right there. And I might be misquoting her on something. I might be misquoting her. I think I'm getting that from the debate. I believe in the presidential debate, she has a quote of saying she's going to when she was talking about it was $25,000 for first time home buyers, a $50,000 startup for first businesses, and I believe 50% tax cut for middle income. Shoot, I'm gonna try to look it up right quick. I don't want it to be a lull in the show though. Trump 34 and zero straight. Things like that don't matter when we're talking about the leader of the free world. Trump being a criminal. Don't bothers me a little bit, but I'm not as concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the crazy stuff that he say. I'm more concerned about the fact that he can say something ridiculous and people be taking it serious, right? Like, like there's an incident where he said something on social media, and that inspired somebody to like try to pipe bomb CNN or something like that. It was one of those major news networks, and it all came off of something he said, right? Something he said struck up the January 6th march on the Capitol. I'm more concerned that stuff like that happens and he continues to say stupid stuff. That is very concerning to me, for sure. For sure. A lot of times he tries to walk it back after he says it, but he does say it. And he's got some really crazy followers that take a lot of stuff that he says really serious. Assume what she's talking about. If that's she's a smart lady with a law degree, I'm more than sure she can articulate whatever her real plan is and who she plans on taxing, where she plans on getting the money from. But the fact that it's vague and I have to put it together, I don't like that. I don't want to put it together. You tell me. You go out there and go after the people you're going after. Don't leave it up to me to do it, and I don't even know what you're talking about. I can't enforce what you're saying, right? I'm just hoping I can benefit from what you're saying at the end of the day. So it's crazy to me. I don't like that part of what she does, right? Like just answer a freaking question, get right to it, right? Like if like Trump crazy. Trump say he don't like Mexicans, he don't like Haitians, and blah blah blah. They eat dogs, and he gonna say it. You might be wondering where the hell he got that from, but he gonna say what he trying to say. I gotta give him that. He definitely does that. So why is it? So why say it if it's not serious? The lives of citizens aren't to be played with. I agree. I mean, he don't. I mean, he do be playing. Like, he be saying some crazy stuff, though. He be saying some crazy stuff. What's up, community skeptics? I guess that's on, man. What's happening with you? Man, just coming through, man, doing a little video saying what's up to the good people out there. It's gonna be a short one if don't nobody come up here and talk, man. But I wanted somebody to come up here and have a conversation with me so I could look up the quote so I could be right and exact. But I'm thinking that was during the presidential debate where she was asked about the economy, and that was a part of her answer. But I don't want there to be like a bunch of dead air on the show because you surprised me with the question a little bit. Yeah, I also watched another pretty cool video. I don't know how much of that one I'm gonna play because that one's kind of confusing. But I watched it multiple times so I could really try to get what they was talking about. But when they were showing all the implications of how Kamala Harris's economic policies would be implemented, and man, it was just like trillion after trillion after trillion of debt trying to get it done. It was just crazy. You see, is it? So, and while I'm at it, man, God knows, man, we got to do something different, man. I know here on the internet it sounds cool to be sitting up here saying, what's the best candidate for black people, and we should all vote one way. We got to throw that out. I ain't gonna lie. I think in the real world, that junk sounds real crazy. We all not going to be having the same economic situation. We're all not going to be having the same interests and values and goals in life, right? If my goal is to own a house and yours isn't, I should be more concerned about Kamala wanting to provide $25,000 to first-time home buyers. And if you already have a home, I mean, why would it interest you? We're not in the same situation for us to be concerned about the same things together. Like that's ridiculous, and then be honest with you, right? Like, I'm doing my best to be like real neutral as far as who I want to vote for. I want to vote for Kamala. Well, so I guess in that regard, I'm not actually being neutral, but I'm giving both candidates an opportunity to present their case. That's what I mean by being neutral. I want Kamala to do it, but the more and the longer I look and I dig, the worse her case looks. Now, what she really got on her side is I hate Trump, right? I hate the fact that he's a president who has, the threat to democracy attached to his legacy, right? I hate that he thinks he's smart, to be honest with you. I hate that he actually thinks he's clever. And some of the stuff he says is just outright stupid. I don't like that. Definitely don't like that. And to be honest with you, I thought his biggest advantage would be economics. And that's not necessarily clear on his side either. He doesn't have a written down plan for how he's going to get stuff done in economics. Doesn't really talk about it much. He'll give his rallies and mentions things like inflation and says, yes, he's going to address it, but like Kamala doesn't really have solid plan, something that you can scrutinize, something that you can say, oh, this works, that's what it does to the economy, blah, blah, blah. Both of them kind of you know, they loose with that. They just kind of throwing around words, and you know, that's not what's up, man. And I don't know how normal that is in politics, man. You know, I don't know if that's just the norm of being that vague. Um, that's kind of one of the things that I didn't like about selling cars. I ain't like all the vagueness. You know, it's something that like you can't. It's like a routine, bro. Like you get so used to talking like that, before you know it, you're talking like that with your friends, and that just like becomes a little bit of who you are, and you don't even know it. But you know, so I don't know. That worries me. That worries me. But I guess, man, that's really all I wanted to come up here and talk about, man. If anybody want to come up, I'm gonna leave it open for a couple minutes. See if somebody else want to come up and have a conversation and let me know why they have selected a certain candidate. I'm very interested. I want to know what your process was, what information or what policies are important to you. You know, come through, say what's up to your boy, man. Give me a minute to look up this Kamala Harris quote too. Sosa,
Oh, what's good? What's good? Can I be heard?
hey, you big dog, what's happening?
What's good with you, man, to pull up on me, man? I see you up there chopping it up. All right,
Turn it up, man.
listen, for me, right, I can't get past Trump on a surface level to even consider what he can do in terms of what he get in office. I just view him as incompetent. When I look at Trump, I can say, okay, well, he's a billionaire. Yeah, he's made money, but then I look at how he got his wealth, and then the story behind how he got his wealth, and then I look at somebody like Kamala Harris and the type of education, the type of perseverance you got to do to do what she didn't get to where she is. And I just past that to even think that Trump could be competent in office. You know what I'm saying? Then when I look at just the divide within that party, like there's people within that party that's like you know what I'm saying? It's like if you my man's and I'm running for president, we don't say to you, and you saying I ain't voting for you. It's like, well, goddamn, how should I feel the nigga who ain't even in the team? They're like, yo, that's wild to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to get past that. You know what I mean? Just to get to the the nuts.
Right. The sector of Republicans that Trump kind of represents is like the worst kind of Republicans. Like that's what it seems to be, right? And you're absolutely right. Even there are some Republicans who feel like Trump is dangerous, who don't who don't like some of that rhetoric and a lot of stuff that he be on, right? Like the fact that he got that he attempted to cheat the election thing, like that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah, because
that's a big deal.
People saying that I've heard it said that the Democrats say Trump is against democracy, but I've heard Republicans spewing the same thing. Like it's just like you can say what you want about Republicans, but they're a stickler for the American way. You know what I'm saying? In the sense like
like traditional.
Don't play with that. You hear me? I mean that's and that's really kind of a lot of what turned Pence against him. You're like, hold on, I'm riding with you now, but listen, America is America. Then you ain't trying to goddamn recreate the wheel now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we ain't doing the dictator thing. I ain't with that.
Yeah. So
that's wild. Like that's wild for you to even say out loud at all, bro. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so it's like, the funny thing with the whole Trump thing is like it's hard for me sometimes to separate. Like some people just are voting along party lines, and that's fine, but they don't really say that. Like with Biden, I was telling people, listen, I don't think Biden got it. I've been saying that. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying, no, listen, I'm voting along party lines. I feel like, you know, what we got in place is going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't think he's competent enough to do damage. It's about,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people, the same thing with Trump, they may be voting along party lines and then acting like they like Trump. But like, you can just be like, listen, I don't like Trump. But I think that, you know, the guardrails are in place and I'm voting along party line and I'm cool.
Mhm.
But when somebody says,
That makes
I
sense.
like Trump, it's like,
Right.
then I got to have
Yeah.
a conversation like, you like Trump? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I agree. That's what you say right there. That makes sense. You might agree with Republican policies more than you agree with Democratic policies, which I could understand, right? But saying that you're just a big fan of Donald Trump, I haven't heard very many people say that anyway. But because that's what Brass's thing is. He agrees with Republican policies, not necessarily a big fan of Trump himself. Right, that's exactly how he would put it if you were up here, and I've heard him give his stance on why he would vote for him a bunch of different times.
yeah, you know, and I think like, you know, how you were saying, like, I think, you know, there's two dynamics. You said something about, you know, we should get away as voting as a group and vote as an individual, right? Which is fine. But I think like sometimes it's like you as a voter, you're deciding whether or not am I voting as an individual or if I'm voting for the group. Take for example, like billionaires, right? Those philanthropists like, you know, like your Bill Gates and others, I can't remember, slip my mind right now. You know, they understand. They look at the thing as like, you know what? I know if I vote away, I'm gonna pay more in taxes. But it's not about that because I can vote for myself as on an individual level, but I'm voting for what's best for the system or for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how you separate sometimes. You know, there can be a situation where you vote for the group, and there can be a situation where you vote for yourself. Like both those dynamics can exist at the same time. So I don't think you got to throw away one without the other.
Yeah, I could see that, right? I mean, but I think that I said it because I feel like our selection process needs some more. We need some more depth to how we do it anyway, right? But I guess that's good and bad too, right? Because we just need to get out and vote and have a damn vote, right? And be a part of the damn process. We start there, and then you can get you some more nuance as far as what you're voting for and all that kind of stuff. What's up with your man? I see you down there.
What up, What
What's,
else? What's good?
You
what's
done start
going on with
speeding
you,
now. Huh?
bro?
You done buckled in and all that.
Chilling,
What's going?
chilling, chilling.
Yeah, Logic. I see y'all, man. I just wanted to dive in, man. Say what's going on to the bros, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, doing swell, and yeah, it's just good to be around cool dudes sometimes. You know what I'm saying, yo? It's always important to be around cool dudes. So
Sure.
I hear you, right? And for me, I'm not a voting guy, but I'm particularly voting in this election. And sometimes you just gotta wing it. So I'm thinking if Kamala get in there, if she that bad, we can wing it, we can make it. But you can't play with a damn pseudo. You cannot have a pseudo in the office, bro. Because he incites riots and act like he don't know he doing it. He played too much, bro.
You do that.
Some programs he put in place was cool. They was dope at times. But this man played too much, yo. You cannot have your president show up the way he show up, yo. So for me, this particular election, yo, whatever policies we lose, whatever this, we can make it for 4 years. Trust me. She's not the sole decision maker, but the Trump guy is the sole person to get people shot up and running into the damn Capitol. Nobody else do that for him. He's the only one to act like he still didn't lose. Like, dude, he go against the very fabric. And I know the fabric was very, very shaky with racism, but goddamn, dog. You know what I'm saying? At least the fabric allowed us to get back to something based off the fabric, based off the rules and regulations that they initially didn't follow. I'm not saying they follow everything, right? But at least we had some type of constitution that we could go back with an intelligent, high-paid lawyers, civil rights lawyers, to say, hold on, bro. You said this, and this. You got to stand on that. If Trump got his way, bro, he don't want none of that. He like Putin and the boys. He like to be in the office forever. Nah, yo, you can't play with that, yo. We just would listen. If his policies is better than Kamala, that's dope. Whatever you think it is, yo. But his mouth, yo, his mouth will get us all fucked up. I just want to say that.
I agree with that, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think, and it what you know. So what my deep dive kind of like showed me a little bit is that his policies really ain't that great either. So you kind of have to deal with some policies that may not help your pockets like you thought they might, and you got to deal
Right.
with his crazy mouth. I ain't really,
With
I'm
that.
definitely not a big fan, not at all,
Yeah,
Like
you
not
having
at
young
all.
Pharaoh's the president, yo. Imagine young Pharaoh's the president, yo. Think of that, yo. It's like
hey,
that,
hey,
yo. It's a
We gonna be
nigga with
messed
$1
up,
billion
bro.
like Pharaoh. Crazy, yo. No way.
yeah, because during that debate, he said something like these different individuals had looked over his budget,
Uh-huh.
and he had and say all of them said great things about it, but those people came out and spoke was like no, like what he was saying, like what Kamala was saying about it being them going against it was actually a real thing. Like they came out and like spoke about it, like you know what I mean. So it's like I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody to really point out, show what they think Trump is going to provide. Because, like I said, you can't sell me on him the person. I think so.
Right. You definitely can't do that.
Yeah. So what are you selling me on? So let's. I mean, like, so
I
it'd be
think
cool to have somebody that's voting Trump that can break that down for me. You know what I mean?
so. You know what? The first time he won, it was cool, yo, to see a businessman really, really get in there. We heard things he said, yo. It was cool. It was fun, right? Okay, that time is over. We seen exactly what it was. All right. And as for his policies, his policies is he flim flam because he lied. You can't tell if he's gonna tell the truth or not. He's a pseudo. You know how pseudos do. Truth or falsehood. Always in the game. It's always about them. Can't never be wrong about nothing. And
Hmm.
I think the real battle in the United States is, all right, we allowed a person like Trump to get a shot at it. That's fair, right? Now it's time to let somebody else let the women get a shot at it, yo. Whether they black, white, or Chinese, let the women get a chance at this thing. If America is what it is, so that's probably when people say they just gonna vote for Trump, yo. They can't stomach having a woman, yo. They think a woman for some reason gonna mess the whole country up. That's what it's really about, dog. When people say that, yo, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't trust their mother to make good decisions, which is ridiculous. Or their wife to make good decisions. You'll have a wife, you'll have a mother, but when it comes around the country, you don't think she can do it. That's crazy. But I guarantee you that's a lot of that going on, bro. Guarantee that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually with you now. What I'm saying don't sound like I'm not, but what I'm saying is I feel like she didn't been around. She had enough time to have be done put some of the stuff that she feel out there to where we could look at it, assess it, actually, really take a hard look at it. And her stances just aren't clear. Her answering the questions just isn't clear. So for me, I feel like I should expect more out of her. All right, I get what I expect out of Trump, but I don't know what to expect out of this lady. I don't know how she's gonna do all these tax cuts. I don't even know if it's a realistic thing, right? I feel like she's just saying it, but it doesn't like I want more from what she's saying, and she doesn't like put it out there. That's all I'm really saying. You know what I'm saying? I can't, I'm not so sold on Trump just being an outright racist. But I do think he's an idiot, right? I definitely think he is, really wild, and I don't want to vote for him at all. Like, so that's not a thing. Definitely ain't saying that.
Yeah. Like I said, it'd be cool to have somebody for like that actually voting Trump, so they can actually sell me on it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah, I don't know if Brass is gonna be able to come up here. I think he was saying something about his hotel. So he was a little up and down about being free before we even started the thing anyway. So that's the only person I know who could have provided some real depth as far as like what Trump has, right? Because you
yeah,
can't really.
except for the wild niggas in Chef Chat, that and that they're over.
Chef got some wild boys over there. That's some Trump supporters.
Yeah, the ancient world something, whatever his name is, he a big Trump
I
guy.
want to talk to one of those too, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
them boys really only got some surface level information as far as what Trump does or what he did in the last 4 years. I don't think that they really know what it was. Because when I hear the people like on CNN talking about it, they say that stuff really ain't that special. As a matter of fact, it might be like the indirect cause of some of the stuff that we kind of dealing with the inflation, as far as like the import on goods from China. Like, I'm not saying he is what caused the inflation. Don't get me, don't
Yeah.
paint it like that kind of thing. But if they continue to do what he's talking about doing, you know, over the next 10 years, you're talking about, you know, increasing the national debt. And then you're talking about basically something that operates more like a sales tax on American dollars, right here in America. So you imagine putting a sales tax on ourselves. That's the way the experts be describing some of the tariffs that Trump is interested in.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard like a lot of bad things about the tariffs in terms of what Trump wants. So you know what I mean. So yeah, I can agree with that. And you know, I'm for like you know, I want you know, that those you know, power cars out here, man. Those automated cars. It's, you know what I mean. Like I I think like the Democrats are pushing that in a way that the Republicans aren't. You know what I mean? They want more they're not pushing this hard because of their ties to some of the traditional ways of and then you know that also affects a lot of pockets too. Switching from automated, going from those not
Yeah, you're
using
right.
gas. Yeah, that so you gotta think that's you know there's some people that's making that stand to lose a lot of money when that switch happens. You know what I mean? So don't think that those folks aren't doing what they can to slow that down, even though it's inevitable. You feel me?
Say he like hell bent. I mean, I'm putting words out there now, but he does have a focus on dismantling all that green energy stuff. He feel like that's a waste of money to him, right?
Right.
Which is a part of that is in the auto industry, where they're making like some of the standards that some of your, like a certain percentage of your products have to be electric cars and so on and so forth, which is ironic that, you know, Elon Musk is a supporter of Trump, who has a purely electronic car brand, and yet he supports somebody who wants to do away with that whole sector. Interesting. I mean, but that's just the truth, right? I'm just saying what it is. But yeah, you know, that was Mark Cuban is a Kamala supporter and Elon Musk is a Trump supporter. I thought that was two pretty interesting things I ran across.
Yeah. You know, Elon Musk is like, you know, wild west. It's funny to see him on X, because you know he be tweeting and shit. You know, he's like,
Do he?
yeah, he's a wild. You know, he kind of wild guy. You know, he's a wild guy. He like, you know, basically he wanna, you know, he don't like being censored to any degree. So that's he got an automatic disdain for Democratic policies. He don't like that. You know what I mean? That's one
I
reason
didn't
why
know
he
that.
bought control of X. He didn't like the way some of the media things were being done to limit what a person can say. That was one of his biggest riffs. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't like the way they were treating Trump. Not necessarily he liked him, but the fact that they wouldn't, because remember Facebook people, they started banning Trump. Because during the pandemic, he was just saying shit was too wild. It was like, yo, what you're saying is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but you know, Elon Musk is against that though. So
Elon Musk
I like
against what?
Elon Musk though.
I don't like Elon Musk neither, yo, because he's pseudo chew with too much money. Yeah, come on, yo. Yeah, man. I think they do it.
Pseudos uniting up there.
Man, yo, I mean, you know, like Elon Musk, man, he got these what about when he make it the command decision in the pseudo? See, that's what I worry about, yo. When people that got that kind of money, and for the most part, he's allowing the scientists to work, but he's always gonna throw something in there because he's gonna think he's smarter than what he really is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people think their money make them smart. That's not real. We can always falter, all of us. You know what I'm saying? And the more
Yeah,
you
the
think you
science
know about
program
something,
took
the
a
more you
big
can fuck
cut
it up.
under Trump. Yeah, the
Yeah,
science
go ahead.
program took a big cut under Trump. They took
Right,
the
come on,
fund
yo.
budget,
Right,
which led to some of the issues we had during the pandemic. Like all this
right.
shit, like you know, even the denial of climate change, what people don't take seriously. Like that's a big deal, man. To act like it don't exist, but it's not. You know what I mean? But it's, you know, it's money behind that. You know, it's a reason why. You know what I mean? There's a counter argument for that type of stuff.
Can't argue for what? For
You know,
the
the climate change. You know what I'm saying? There's
oh,
money behind that. You know what I mean? That shit it is. So yeah.
climate change is real, bro. That's a real phenomenon right there, bro. That's
Yeah,
been
but
happening.
Republican side kind of deny climate change.
Mhm.
Like I said, we listen, man. We talk about getting moving away from that type of energy, man. It's like, yo, so billions of dollars involved in that fight right there, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they're like, yo, give me time to get in on that, get my into that before y'all switch.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like, because
I can tell you right there,
Yeah.
Sosa, because
Yeah.
that's where it becomes a big conversation, because it ain't just us. They trying to change some global standard, right? Where people who are just getting up off the ground, who may not have enough money to switch from whatever they're using now to like solar energy. They can't afford to just switch in the middle of it. They already trying to establish themselves with what they are. Yeah, they might be a little bit more polluting, but they don't got enough money like we do to just instantly switch. So we can't go force Chile to go work on our standard where they're trying to get off of the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's like tough. So now we're trying to enforce everybody to have to do this whole clean environment thing. I mean, it's weird, right? That's big implications for that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just some local thing.
You make a great point with this bullshit, and that's when we all come together and work because it's affecting all of us, yo. Like, but you can't.
It went out.
What you mean? You mean like we all need to come together and use clean energy? That what you talking about?
Like the vaccine.
Help the ones that don't got it. Yeah, like
you got to help the ones that don't get it.
Okay, you saying we should pitch in?
Because everybody's important, yo, in this piece here. Because if you still messing up the ozone or whatever you're doing, what you got, is at the end it's going to affect all of us. This is the one time humanity has to come together. So if you don't got something, then everybody else got to pitch in if it's legit. What you can't do is pitch in misinformation and wildness, because it affects all of us. That's the point I'm making. There's no way out of this. Remember the gas thing with the leaded gas? And St. Clair, the one that was trying to measure the how old the Earth was, and he figured out it was too much lead in the atmosphere, yo, and that billions of dollars for them. Remember that? You know, they threw the people that was financing the oil companies, they let them go and all that. And it was starting to be a serious problem. And they called him back in, and maybe like 7 years later, these big oil companies, right, when they was fighting it, and they accepted what he was saying, that the lead that's in the atmosphere that's killing humanity, because that's what it was doing, was coming from the leaded gas, because they was using a particular product. It was called lead something. I forget the name of it. But yeah, they had to change it. And so now, you know, I've seen unleaded gas before. Y'all, Sosa may have seen it. No, I don't think. How old are you, Sosa? You ain't seen no leaded. You don't know what the hell it is, do you? I know.
They don't leaded gas when I was a kid. They definitely did.
So, and at the gas pumps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you was born in the 70s?
80s, 87.
They ain't had no leaded gas. They had unleaded gas.
I thought you said unleaded gas. No, I ain't never seen leaded gas. No,
yeah,
never seen it.
Everything was leaded gas. Now at the pumps we got unleaded gas, but that's based off of that scientist Robert St. Clair, bro, who was measuring the lead in the atmosphere and recognized that we was killing ourselves as humans with the lead. Y'all know lead gonna kill you. All right, and so my point is, yo, that at the end of the day, no matter how much gas you got, how much money you making, knock it off. There's a choice to be made. So now with that same position, yo, choice to be made on that.
That's actually a good analogy. It actually is.
Yeah.
I get that. That makes sense.
I have no choice, bro. See exactly where we at, man. I'm trying to taking some products down there to the Black Wall Street in Atlanta. They got something called Black Wall Street.
Stonecrest Mall.
Yeah, Stonecrest Mall. I gotta take some things down there.
I ain't even check it out since I was out there when they started building. I ain't been. That was like years ago. I didn't even pass by to see where they at with it.
Well, we know it's pseudo. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna never work. So you gotta have some type of diversity. You just can't have what you think you can have. It's got to be based in reality. What's the reality? Shop is like to diversify and buy different things, yo. You can't black them all out. You can't do it. You can have them all, Black Wall Street, but then you got to open it up. And so they make it real tight. So Yeah, you don't got that traffic coming through there, yo, and the village is suffering, bro, because it's pseudo.
Yeah.
It's not based in real.
Yeah, because of the niche market you're trying to create. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
niche. Yeah. That's, like I said, I seen it probably, I don't know how long, probably 3-4 years ago. I passed by, I seen us, and I was like, it looks
Done.
good,
They
but good
done.
luck.
Yeah, I knew they was done. Yeah, you stick a fork.
Yeah,
Because it's
good
pseudo.
luck.
That's not how the world works.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, world don't work that way, yo.
Yeah. I've always was a proponent of, like, support black businesses, right? You can have a campaign, but keep it inclusive.
Yeah.
Like, like when I say support black business, I'm not talking just black people. I'm talking about white people. I'm talking about Hispanics. Like, make it inclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just bring everybody in. But I don't think we ain't quite got there yet, though. But it is what it is.
Nah, you gotta be people be pseudo because you ain't changing your job where you work at because a certain person. Like, it's crazy. You don't even live that life. That's the point I be mad at. You don't even live a life like that, bro. Most people talking that nonsense, they don't even live that life, yo. So come on, yo. Stop it.
Yeah, see, we got American Dream. American Dream could definitely. I know American Dream was a Trump guy.
Oh wow.
I know he ain't. So American Dream hit the panel, man, and just sell me on Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah,
I'm on the fence. If I'm a person on the fence, what would you tell me about Donald Trump, particularly that you was a pitch that you would use to me to get me to switch to that side, to come over to Donald Trump, bro? That's what I want to know.
Will he hit the button?
Yeah, because Sister
I got it.
Safa is Sister Safa is a Republican. She'll say it. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm a Republican. You know what I'm saying? So
I can see her being a Republican, but are you sure she support Donald Trump? I don't.
it's not about Donald Trump. She'll tell you she's a Republican. She's voted for the party. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I was trying to make sure you wasn't saying that she is Trump
no.
supporter. I wouldn't take her for one. I wouldn't think so.
No, she's not over there. Yeah, she's not over there trying to make excuses. Putting on in, but she's conservative interviews. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? But we had some actually good conversation. Because I'm pro-choice. So you know what I mean. You feel me? So she's pro-life. We had actually a good conversation around it. You know what I mean? And she's in the medical field, so it was a pretty good conversation.
That's another wild take that Trump has,
right? Which is great to have a conversation with somebody who's pro-life, a woman, and in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you get the.
No, she said something. Something she said. I can't even understand how she put it. It was interesting. I never kind of understood how that you just wasn't pro-choice. That I don't understand. But pro-choice with science to back it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of quickly realized that most people ain't never went and seen what it looked like. So if you go to that body museum in Atlanta, you ever been to that body museum, Sosa?
The bones?
The body museum. It's called the Body Museum.
No.
Go down there, yo. I think it's in
Yeah, I know where it's at down. I just never went to it. I thought it was called Bones.
Yeah, go there, yo. Seeing is believing. You be like, all right. Yeah, you ain't gonna trip. You're gonna say, okay, I see it from start to finish. And you're gonna ask yourself, when can I say first of all, you're gonna realize that the whole process is life, right? You're gonna realize that. But it's gonna be a point where you're gonna say, man, yeah, I could see doing it at this particular time, and it ain't gonna be the end of the world type of shit. You know what I mean? You gotta go look at it. You gotta look at it though. Then it's gonna be a time you're gonna say that's wow, that's murder. You gotta look at it though. Your eyes are gonna tell the story, yo.
Yeah, I think her viewpoint was she thinks that allowing these type of her viewpoint was more would give people an excuse to use abortion as a contraceptive, and she felt that which is people got that view, but they felt like by tightening up these ways, you don't give people that crutch. You know what I mean? Yep. That's kind of her stance. I mean, which agree or disagree, but that was her point of view.
Yeah, I like that take. I think there's a lot of things you could do before you're I guess impregnated to prevent all of that. I would like to see people focus on those type of things rather than waiting until it's actually too late to now. And now you try to make a decision. Oh, I don't. Now, there are extreme situations where, of course, you let's say you got somebody who has sex, against their will. I think those are where it becomes really appropriate and obvious for for what the person should want to do with their body, via health concerns or what have you. At that point, but condoms and Planned Parenthood and that kind of stuff. I would, I'd like to see people, do that a little bit more.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Once you in the shit, bro, you in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Everything before is cool, but what happens now is you're in it. You know what I mean? Like,
This is true, right?
yeah.
I heard that that the quote unquote pull out method is designed to fail, as they say.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
I heard it's designed to fail.
but it's like I think when we had a conversation. Hold on, Uncle, you gotta mute. Dude, I'm in echo. I see Mike Uncle thing light up. All right, yeah. When
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, when we looked at the numbers, right? Because it's funny because how everything tied into the conversation that we used to have, like about the brain, and you find out like a lot of the pregnancies happen in that 18 to 25 range. That's a large number. That point in your life when your brain has not reached full maturity. These is when most of those mistakes are being made. You're at the club and you're out with your friends, and and one thing leads to another, and then boom, now you're caught up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that plays a big part, a big part of it. And it's like, so it's not just about them understanding what the right thing to do. It's about, okay, how do you get kids out of clubs? You know what I'm saying? How do you get kids out of with their friends? Because that's when kids start experimenting with drinking. Yeah. As they start experimenting smoking weed and all these other types. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not just about them being responsible. It's about them just being immature. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you can't make them right decisions, and then you're dealing with the most powerful force on planet Earth. There's no force more powerful than that. Than the will to want to have sex, yo. There is no force that can beat that. That is the very foundation of our existence as an organism, yo. So you're not going to defeat that. And as a matter of fact, I likened it to like prohibition and drugs, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of the things, yo, that at the end of the day, bro, like the reason prohibition, they had to stop that because you just created a criminal underground. That's the same thing with abortions, bro. See? And you got to know that, yo, once you take it underground, humans are not going to stop getting abortions. If I thought that humans was going to stop getting abortions, then I could maybe, I could sympathize with those who say that they pro-life or something like that. I can sympathize, but at this point, they're gonna do this. You're not gonna stop it. You're not gonna stop the alcoholic from drinking. You're not gonna stop the cocaine addict from smoking coke. You're not gonna stop the hurt. You're not. You're just not. That's the decision they gotta make. And trust me, bro. That's why alcohol is legal. That's why marijuana, all that shit is legal because you're just not gonna stop it. Yeah, you know what I mean? You're just gonna cause criminals. You cause a whole new criminal element. That's what's going down. So
wait. So was you done? I ain't gonna cut you off. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So, you saying as your position with pro-life, you don't think there's any
pro-choice?
Oh, you're pro-choice.
Pro-choice, yeah, pro-choice.
And you saying the sister was pro-life?
Yeah.
Okay, so is her stance that under no conditions is it acceptable to get an abortion? That's what her stance is.
No. She had stipulations like rape, incest, things.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, she was a hard line, and then they get into the what is life, heartbeat. You got that whole thing. All right, I think right now they ruled the heartbeat unconstitutional. If I'm not mistaken. I think the heartbeat law got through out. Hasn't been let in yet. If I'm not mistaken. Look it up. Make sure real quick. But that's that's the other fight. What is life? You know what I mean? Like, cause some people are like, when is it too late? Some people like heartbeat. Some people with brain activity. You know what I mean? And then some people just say, the minute the sperm is the
Then
egg.
the sperm and the egg is alive.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right.
You go to that museum, yo.
That's-
Hey, Naj, you look it up online, yo. You go to that damn museum, you'll know. You be like, nah, I can't do it. I'm a murderer.
Come on.
that body museum, it take you all the way from inception with real items, all the way through different stages, and they show you the embryo, they show you all that, all the way up to the fetus, bro. That's why it's called the body museum. They cut the body in half, they show all that shit. It's called the body museum, yo. Yeah. And so they show you, the different stages of the development of the fetus in the womb. Show you all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Show you every aspect of it. So when you staring at that daggone baby, sucking his thumb, you be like, yo, I know we done did too much, right? When you looking at the early stage, you like, nah, you ain't. You be like, nah, come on, yo, knock it off. You can be like, knock that off, yo, you tripping. Yeah, y'all doing too much, but you'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the image of the baby in there. It's like it's no different than when somebody's when you have no brain activity, you have no problem pulling the plug on somebody. Never damn what age they are.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Whether their heartbeat is pumping or not. If the doctor says that person, he or she's a vegetable, there's no brain activity, to you, that person is dead. Even though the heart is beating, or, you know what I mean? Everything is flowing. Like, so that's kind of where I am with it. Brain activity. You know what I mean? Quote unquote consciousness.
Brain activity.
So, but I'm not extreme. Like some people take it that, like Trump, the baby born and then you kill him after the baby. You're having babies, birthing baby, and after they're born, they're killing them. Like,
yeah, man. See, come on, man. Like, why would you say that, yo?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. I just.
Can't vote for somebody like
just
that,
somebody
yo.
who say something like that is why.
Yeah, come on, yo. He's mentally unstable, yo.
He's a wild guy. He's just wild, man.
Yeah, I talked to Putin. I talked to him and all. We're buddies. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. We don't hate that shit.
Yeah. I'm a big stickler. Like, you with that, what's that say about the party? You know what I'm saying? But that's why I can see why the party's good. But I respect other people coming out like, nah, going. You know what I mean? So it's like I like the old Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Traditional Republicans. You know what I mean? Like, I like those ones rather than.
What's the difference between an old Republican and a new Republican? What you saying?
The newer ones seem to more comfortably align with the alt-right in these racist views. Like you're seeing them boldly coming out now. Like, and not only that, it's affecting. You're starting to see it also translate into other countries where they're becoming more militant in their stand. Like Donald Trump is emboldening these white nationalists and other type white nationalist ideas to permeate. You know what I mean? So I see, like, you see these little slick, snide comments being made by some of these alt-right Republicans. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'm gonna go that far.
What?
Think about it. Who does the alt-right align with? Republicans or Democrats?
Or Republicans. I get that.
Right. They don't really.
So the reason why I'm saying it though, right, is because, as I've been watching coverage of people talking about Trump, white people call this dude out on that stuff. When he be saying stuff that's super wild, like some of the stuff that he said that was super wild about them Haitian immigrants.
Yeah,
white people ain't just laying down saying, "Oh, I agree with them."
I'm
the
not
dark
saying
skin,
that.
So I think it's twofold. I think there's two sides to that conversation. You definitely got white people that's disgusted by it. At least they'll say that they are.
Yeah, of course. Even on the Republican side, I'm just saying it's like he's emboldening this. He's making it more comfortable for others to say it loudly. Like, I forgot the other white lady name, like that. She's she's in the House of Representatives. I forgot her name right now. I'll pull it up. But they just becoming emboldening in what they say, and their alliance and their leads to that type of ideology. That's you didn't see that doing doing Reagan, with Bush. Like that wasn't, or even if you felt that way, you wasn't bold enough to put that on a public stage. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I look at it.
So what is Trump policy called, yo? Project something 45 or 47? What is that? Have y'all ever looked at that?
Nah, I'm not even telling him about it.
Oh man, yo, that's worse than the daggone other thing, yo.
No
way. Come on, bro. You go to his website and look at that, you be like, huh? You serious, bro?
Let's see.
Man, he lost his mind. If you go to Trump's website, Project for Agenda 47 or something like that.
Agenda 2025. I think that was the other one.
No, the
Project
one that's on.
2025.
Yeah, the project joint. That's
Project 2025.
It's called what?
I don't see that. No, I'm looking at one. I'm looking at one right now. I know Project 2025 is the one we went over. That's like Christian nationalism.
Yeah, not that one. It's the one that Trump got.
Oh no, you got to find a name because I'm putting in Perplexity is not getting it.
What's the name of Trump's policy?
Let's see.
What's the name of Trump? Yeah, he lost his mind. He's like, you gotta stop that, yo. Start praying in schools. Come on, yo. Ain't doing that. Agenda. It's called Agenda 47.
Agenda 47.
Oh, yeah, that it. Yeah, Agenda 47, yo.
Yeah. Perplexity. Yeah, Agenda 47, Donald Trump official policy platform for 2024. Hold on 1 second.
Get the hell out of here. I don't know why they ain't bring that up, yo. They worrying about the 2025 thing, whatever they call it. That ain't nothing. I swear it ain't nothing. The overview, campaign. Yeah, so that's his policy right there, yo. That's what he's talking about doing, yo.
All right, boom. Let's see. You get an overview.
The verses too.
Got it being nothing. I know it's super duper wild.
Yeah, yo, come on.
Let me see if I can share it.
If you do the verse to 2025, whatever it is, you'll see it. It's wilder. It's wilder. You like what?
See it?
You're
my camera thing there. All right, you can see it?
Nope. Yeah. No, I don't see it.
Can you see it, Lord? I'm trying to share it, the little project.
No, I didn't see it. No.
What up, Chef? Chef got that grin on his face.
What's up with y'all?
What you over there got going on?
What's good, Chef?
What's up, fella?
Oh, looking like young Marvin Gaye. What's going on, bro?
No, I thought it was Project 2025. It ain't that one.
No, that's the other John. The other John. Like, he got his own.
He claims he ain't doing with that. That ain't his. He got his own shit. It's work. Oh yeah. I heard him say that. But I think his plan had, was, how you'll make something, but you'll build it off of a previous
concept.
Concepts. I think a lot of the concepts was the same. That's what they was grilling them on. I don't understand why they ain't use that in the commercials. So they use the shit that he can say, I don't do that. That ain't mine. Yeah. He said it wasn't his. Yep. Like, it's almost like Tariq Nasheed. Like if Tariq Nasheed, if the other one, what was the chick? What was the chick name? Who was doing the reparations? Tone and oh man, I know her name until you fucking fucked it up. Yeah, but whatever her name is, when they was doing their thing, Then Tariq
ADOS,
just
the
renamed it and called it FBA. You feel me?
Yeah, but his one is his was totally his shit
Yeah,
was
he
just some
twisted
clown shit.
some shit up.
Yeah, he
You know what I
was
mean? But he really was trying to do the same thing.
yeah.
You feel me?
Yep.
Like a lot of their stuff was overlapping on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He just was trying to get money for his movies, yo.
Yeah, he took niggas off.
Yeah.
I got some of it right here. Look, it says I try to share it. So it says some of the notable proposals for Agenda 47 include, you can see it's a lot like that, cutting federal funding for schools, teaching critical race theory or gender ideology, implementing stricter immigration policy.
Shit?
No, yeah, this is Agenda 47. Yeah, implementing
That's
stricter.
that's on his website.
Yeah, I'm reading. I put in perplexity and just type in
He
what is
said
agenda.
cutting. So hold on, you said cutting. You named the things he was going to cut. He wanted to cut.
Yeah, he cutting funding for school, teaching critical race theory or gender ideology.
So he don't want that taught. He don't want that taught, basically, right?
No. Then they got increasing support for law enforcement and reintroducing policies like stop and frisk. So you got focusing on domestic production of pharmaceuticals and medical devices, implementing pro-American economic policies, including tariffs on foreign goods, rolling back climate change regulation, and promoting fossil fuel production.
Right. Come on, yo.
So,
what about the prayer in churches and all that old wild shit?
You can always pray in church.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't make nobody pray.
You're talking about schools. You tripping?
Oh, the prayer in school. Hey.
Yeah, not praying church.
It's crazy, man. Corey about to do a show on that, right? Do you know the lady who got the prayer took out of school was from Baltimore?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's atheist. She started the biggest atheist movement in America. She actually was from Baltimore. You feel me?
That's wild.
Crazy. They cut her head off.
What you mean, killed her?
They killed her, her son, and her granddaughter, and cut her head off and buried her.
She was white or black?
She was white. She was white. She was a beast, though, yo. A beast.
Cut her head off.
She was on Donahue, all them shows back in the day.
So they killed her recently? Oh, wow.
No, they killed her back in the 90s. She got killed back in the 90s.
That's recent. I'm thinking you think like the 1800s or some wild.
No, this was in the 90s when she got killed.
You see how them Christians be, yo? They be crazy as hell, yo.
Yeah. Yep, but it was the lady from Baltimore. She the one who got, and she was so vicious, she went all the way to the Supreme Court and got the shit took out in the Supreme Court, right? Then she said, in God we trust, took off the money. You feel me? She was like, that shouldn't even be on the money. You know what I mean? And then they start trying to discredit her. You know what I mean? She was going, she was a bad motherfucker. Trust me.
Yeah, you know that wasn't on there at first. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
God we trust shit. That was that wasn't on there at first. What happened was they was like, come on, yo, we don't want motherfuckers to think we're an atheist nation. Because we're not an atheist nation, but we're not, not like a religious thing. So they put that on the money. It wasn't there at first. Look it up. That definitely wasn't there. That's a good fun fact right there.
Yeah, they definitely. So you said Trump trying to get prayer back in school?
Yeah, all that stupid shit. Yeah, come on, bro. Knock it off, yo. Yeah,
they said he might win though. They said he didn't pull back in the front ahead of Kamala.
I don't know how, yo.
Did he really? I ain't looked at no polls in a while. I didn't know.
I wouldn't doubt it because she ain't really had a full campaign. It was a Hail Mary. Like if she nail it would be incredible. She just she didn't really have no month. She really had no time to run.
Yeah, they saying he back in the lead, yo. Well, 4 weeks out.
Yeah, Georgia. If Georgia flip back blue again, because Georgia normally go red, but if Georgia flip blue, that'll help Kamala. You know what I mean? So
I thought she'd have got a lot more momentum from how that debate went, though, man. But I think a lot of stuff that she's done since then, I don't think it looks that good. and I think that's unfortunate. It really don't.
I don't understand why you gotta look so good going against Trump. This motherfucker got 34 felonies. Why? How? What else does she gotta do?
I
She
mean,
can
it
just stand up there and
ain't
shut
me.
up,
I'm
and
just
she should
saying,
win.
like that's something that I noticed. She really don't look that good since then. She doesn't, unfortunately.
I'm just saying, and Trump is like,
But
I'm
you make
thinking
a
like,
good
so
point.
Trump has looked better since the debate. Like
Right.
he's like I
No.
think like he wanted to say a lot of wild shit the first time, and it's like he's trying to outdo the wildness from, you know what I'm saying, because that was a blueprint. So he's saying even more absurd things this time around than he did the first time around. So I don't know.
I don't understand why they act like a motherfucker gotta be an excellent politician and a stand-up American and an angel just to beat motherfucking Trump. 34 felonies and stole shit out the White House document.
Yeah,
Accused, look,
dismantling the Constitution and all of that.
Mellon
Yeah,
with the
I
fuck
agree.
started a fucking riot.
Inciting a riot.
So
And
I'm
you
trying
know
to
if he
figure out.
lose, what he gonna do? You know if he loses, like what he gonna do?
Probably gonna go his ass to jail.
Yeah, he gonna try to incite a riot, bro. If he loses, then he cheated. He already, you know how you roll, bro.
Yo, if they reelect a motherfucker that is incited a fucking riot, right? Got 34 felonies, took campaign money to pay off a prostitute. Like, I mean, like, yo, it's like, no, she can't win, yo. She can't win. They basically saying they not gonna elect her if they acting like this shit is actually gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's like you happen to play a dude in basketball that's in a fucking wheelchair with a broke arm. And if you make that shit close, he won. I'm sorry. If you make
Yeah,
if
but
that
you know, you
game
also
be
got to
close,
deal with
nigga, he
the
won.
religious shit too, shit.
Huh?
You also got to deal with the okay, how comfortable are men voting for a woman to be a leader of the free world? That's an Oscar to be dodged.
Yeah.
Religion, in terms of man being the head of the household, how many people with religious values would turn even from a female side, from a woman's side, and say, like that's you know what I mean? Biblically, the man is the head. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, shit, Trump beat a woman already. He beat the woman and lost to the dude. You know what I'm saying? So Trump might be the first one to beat two women. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I don't know.
crazy if they let Joe back in. Like the first one was crazy. Now didn't he already
The
showed
first
you
one was
what he
crazy.
did?
I think this one would be crazier because of there's so much that you could use against him. Bad
Right.
character, just bad stuff that he said. Then you got the felonies. Now you got the insurrection. It looks really crazy now. That yes, you do have a woman, a quote unquote. Oh, I ain't gonna say quote unquote. I ain't gonna get into that, right? But you got a woman who grew up in a middle class family. They say she worked at freaking McDonald's. More relatable for sure to the everyday person than born with 400 million in their pocket. Trump, and she still, you can't really get her in front of him. She's even at this point, she's getting strong endorsements from Obama. Obama is giving speeches on her behalf and all kind of stuff, and it's gonna be tight regardless. But the fact that she ain't still ahead after that debate, that is kind of crazy. I ain't looked at no polls in a minute.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've never seen any race before in my lifetime where you have so many Republicans saying he ain't got my vote. Like I've never seen it. It's like a record amount, but I've never seen it like that before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? So it's like I hear
But now
Republicans
black
saying
people
anti-democracy.
turning around. But see, that's the thing. But you hear Republicans, and I'm seeing a lot of white men who look like they would have linked that way, saying they ain't fucking with Trump. But then it turned around, black people saying they fucking with Trump. So it's like, what the fuck? What? how is shit flipping? Like what's I don't get it.
Yeah, like some of the shit is like some of that shit is Trumpism, man. Nothing more, nothing less. Man.
But
It's Trump.
it seems like black men always had a fascination with Trump.
Yeah.
You feel me? And what black men have always had fascination with white men of power. I don't know why. You feel me?
Especially
Like
if they act like they
men.
down. If they down,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
We love the mafia. We love, you know what I mean? Any type of bravado type of white man. We grew up on wrestling and rustling. I'm sorry. We grew up on rustling. You dig what I'm saying? So, that type of stuff. Our grandparents grew up on John Wayne and them. Westerns. You know what I mean? So it's always been a fascination with that. You know what I mean? Type thing that's in the black community. But this Trump shit, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't even understand how he got so popular. I guess because black people started using him as a symbol of wealth. Because that's the only reason. Not like he was ever like this. Because you have some white people who's smooth when they come across with some swag. Trump never came across.
Never had that.
He was always like, you know what I mean? Like that's a white guy at a black party.
Right.
So yeah. So I don't know. I don't get it either.
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, like I said, we have to go. Like I said, he only got the most, but the good thing he's gonna do 4 years. You know what I mean? But like I said, it'll be a show if Kamala get there. It'll be cool in my lifetime to see a female president. That would be cool. You know what I'm saying? And it'll also be a spectacle to see another 4 years with Trump in office.
Oh, Trump! I mean, Trump is great TV.
Right, because he's not gonna stop saying wild shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna be even more. Yeah, he's gonna be the same, and probably even more of a wild nigga when he get in office, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't like if he say all the wild shit. People just act like, hey, Trump crazy. Like
other people would get canceled for it.
Yeah. And I heard from a lot of black people, they be like, yeah, I like Trump because he's crazy. Like,
yeah,
no, that's
we
not a
dumbass shit.
That's not a reason.
We just dumb.
I like him because he's a wild nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump just say anything. That's why I like he just say anything. Like, yeah, that's that. We don't want a leader that just say anything.
Yeah, that he cool to have at a cookout.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be the president.
Right.
You feel me? If when the cookout over and you got a wild nigga there that's still talking shit, he cool to trip out with. You feel me? But he shouldn't be running nothing. Like, get the fuck out of here. You feel me? Like, the grown-ups got to run the country, yo.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to. I didn't get a chance to really look into it, but they said they did a deep dive into how he got his wealth. Like, he got his wealth from his father. They said he was really squandering. Like, see, I'm old enough to remember when Trump was known for going bankrupt.
Yeah,
but he was steady blowing
every other week.
Yeah, failed thing, trying to build something, shit going belly up, and they said like how he got his wealth was like when he got the Trump Towers, he made his wealth off of basically selling sweets to people, those nefarious individuals who wanted to hide their wealth, so they can come to Trump Towers and discreetly pay and stay, shit like that. They were saying like that's one of the ways he got his wealth. You feel me? So they were saying before that he was blowing all his daddy's wealth, man. He was just he was looked on the terms of businessmen at his time. He was looked at as a clown.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't respected in his, you know what I mean, amongst his peers.
Y'all registered to vote, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, been registered.
We can do early voting here already.
Yeah, I've been registered to vote since I was 18. My family was in politics, so definitely was voting.
Yeah, I probably got registered in my 20s. For a minute, I was like, in my 20s, I was like, hell no, I registered. I had my card for jury duty. You know what I'm saying? And I was younger and shit. I was like, go ahead and goddamn do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's nigga been registered to vote. Now, do I vote every election? No. But being Reggie, yeah, I did. But
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think the first time I voted was like Clinton. That's the first time I voted. It was Clinton.
first time
I
I
voted
voted
for
was
Clinton.
Obama.
Obama. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I was like, you know, I felt as though I couldn't sit that. I was like, this one, no, I can't. I cannot look at my kids and be like, yo, and he lose, and I'll be like, yo, daddy, but you ain't vote. Yo, I would have felt crazy. You feel me? Like, yeah, so
Yeah.
I had to, yo. And I felt good when I did it. It got me involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Standing in line, and then it was black people really made that voting process enjoyable. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you seen a lot of camaraderie and everybody out there kicking it. They made that shit like a cookout. You will pull up to a motherfucking a voting station and them motherfuckers out there grilling across the street. You feel me? Like music playing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like,
Lit
bro,
up
we
in here,
can't come
y'all.
together on nothing, bro. We gotta come together on this. This is one time
Yeah,
right here, bro. Now we can
yeah.
go back to
I
our
love
step
that about
corner.
us though, man. Like
Yeah.
I love our flavor, uniquely American, how we do what we do. You know what I mean? I hate when we take shots at ourselves for
I hate
being
it.
uniquely us. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey, you
It's
had
dope.
showed something too that remind me too, like you showed when you should a clip of like when Reggie was going against the Black Panther film. And I remember like, and that was another moment for black people in history. Where like we just felt like that was a moment, and we just
Yes,
turned up before we started dressing. And we just
exactly.
we just made a party out of it. Like so, you know, like it
Exactly.
wasn't like we didn't think Black Panther was going to change the world. Or
Exactly.
but, yeah, we had the moments, man. So whenever the moments show up, man, it's like I gotta be a part of it, bro. I
Gotta
feel
be a
like
part of
I
it.
gotta be there, bro. You feel me?
You know
So
what I
I
mean?
gotta
And
be
Reggie was mad.
there.
That motherfucker crazy.
You feel me? Yeah.
Anytime you see black people happy, here come Reggie.
he did. He did some kind of video about what was like the secret message of Black Panther or something like that.
Something
It was
like
something
that.
crazy like that.
Yeah.
He did do something like as if he wasn't for the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you
man.
always get that kind of about us. Like, there's always gonna be people that whenever black people get too happy, it makes other black people very angry. that we even happy at all. How y'all smiling right now? You know we still oppressed. Like you can't have any moment of relaxation.
Right.
Yo, it's hard to be black. I can't.
It's hard to be black,
Well,
man.
hard to be black.
That's all good. I
It's-
feel the same way when I seen his video about what was it? I think it's damn. That's not geometry. It's one of them high level mathematics in Egypt. I can't think of what it is, man. I think it's trigonometry or something crazy in ancient Egypt. Yeah, I feel the same way when I see that damn video. So
Look,
yeah.
when the reparations, when they was Yvette Carnell, that's her name.
Yeah. Oh my
Yvette
God.
Carnell, right? When they was jumping off, talking about the reparations, and that was getting a lot of here come Reggie. You feel me? And guess what Reggie said? He gonna sue the black church
Sue the
for
black
reparations.
church.
Like,
Like,
bro, what is
you gonna take from people that ain't got nothing.
Yo said, fuck the government. I'm gonna sue the black
That's when
church.
you popped up and was like, so you gonna sue our grandma, nigga?
Yeah. That's it. Hey boy, like man, being black is a tough job, bro. Like, hey, somebody gotta do it though.
Yeah,
Somebody gotta
man.
show up for work. Hey, somebody gotta show up for work, Logic. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, bro. You gotta keep showing up for work.
Crazy in the rain.
Yeah, it's definitely out of control.
Yeah, so
it's definitely out of control, man. Reggie, he will always come and throw a wrench in the situation. Angry black man, yo.
Can't help himself.
He can't help himself.
He
The angry black man, yo. Then he gonna get on the panel and cuss everybody out and pull rank on everybody.
You ain't
You know what I
wrote
mean?
Who was
nothing.
there? Who
God.
was there stand? I remember like they had like a debate whether it was gonna be Trump or Kamala. I know Jabari is definitely gonna be Kamala.
Oh, I think I ain't watching. It was Judge Joe Brown versus Jabari.
Yeah. Yes, damn, I like to see that one. I wonder Joe Brown is a Trump guy.
He against Kamala.
Oh yeah, okay, damn. I like to hear Joe Brown is like he's sharp on debating now.
He's
I
sharp
would
as
like to
shit.
hear his argument. I would like to hear his argument though.
That motherfucker is a library of information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't sleep
man.
on Joe Brown, yo. Don't
Yeah.
sleep on
So
Joe
I wanted to see how Jabari was gonna handle that.
Brown.
I think they put that behind a paywall, and I missed it.
Yeah, I think they did too. I heard about it. I heard about it. Like, is this real?
Mhm. They said Jabari ain't do too good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. From what I was saying, people were saying. But I hardly ever go on sign that anymore. I don't know what's happening to that channel.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I ain't been over there in a minute. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
'cause you
click
know,
on, I don't know what they talking about.
Cause it's funny because like even people like like a large mall, um, like the way we feel about the wild shit Trump say, like there's people like that hate Kamala. You know what I'm saying? I'm like they hate her. Like, like I can understand you don't agree with her. You don't like there's like a hatred there, but I don't know how it got that way. You feel me? I don't know how it got that way, but yeah. I would love to hear Judge Joe Brown argument on why Trump for him. You know what I mean? So,
See how you can hate Kamala. Right. I see how you can hate Trump. That's the easy one. I don't see how you can hate Kamala. She ain't really been around like that long enough.
right. You feel me? So I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. I wanted to pull up and support you, man. I was passing through, man.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. We kept the conversation going for a little minute, man. We might as well go ahead and close this thing out, man. You got something you want to say, Chef? You good? Go ahead and close this out.
Yeah, man. But peace, everybody, man. You know what it is, man. Shout out to Tri Media, Logic and the crew and everybody, man. Social World coming soon, man. I've been on vacay, really been on play K. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. Feel me? But yeah, man. Good bill, man. Good bill, man.
Hey, Sosa, did you download that game though?
We download for the PC, or you want to download
Yeah.
it for PS5? Type?
On your PC, you said you got PC, right?
Yeah. I'm on a damn gaming laptop right now. I be fucking.
Yeah,
ain't got a game on. Is the game out though?
Yeah, it's out. It came out today.
Yeah. Cause I was in Walmart today. I looked around for them. I was like, when the game is out, I was gonna buy a PS5 something to put downstairs because my kids are being Fortnite like crazy. I gotta buy my own, put down this personal one. Yeah, I might just go snatch one though. I said that shit look fun though. Yeah, it look fun though. For sure.
Hey, Logic, what's up? You download that
yeah.
Fight Night? I mean, you download that Undisputed yet?
I seen your gamer tag up there too, Shay Guns. I seen you.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it? What's your early thoughts on that game?
On the game? Well, they got a couple patches coming. Because they wanted all of the feedback from the early access. You dig what I'm saying? So they supposed to have a patch coming today. That was gonna address some of the things people were saying. I like it though. I like it. For people who want to really box, I think it's dope. For people who want to slug, you can do that too. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to play arcadish, you can do that. If you really want to box, you can do that also. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of people who really want to box, they're complaining about the arcadish aspect of it if you just want to slug. But I think they want to make it wide open for accessible to everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like a lot of people ain't gonna want to do the intricacy of fighting or potentially boxing for 12 rounds. You dig? So for those people who used to street fight and stuff, who just, you know what I mean, want to go in there and bang a person out to their brains, then there's a little bit of that to it too, if you want to play that way. So I have no problem with evil because I understand that they got to make money. You feel me? So,
Right.
what you think though?
So like the last 2 days I've been playing in rank mode, right? So I've been going in there and seeing what people are doing that's actually like really trying to win. You know what I'm saying? And man, there's a lot of things I can complain about. I think that there's a lot of potential there, right? I think that the game does have a lot of potential, and it's still like fresh in my mind on what Fight Night was, right? And I want like Fight Night round 5. That's what I want. I want Fight Night round 5. But I understand it's a different game. They got some kinks they're gonna have to work out. But as of right now, though, if there's anything that I say is really worth complaining about, I think it's a boxing game to where defense doesn't really help you win, and the jab doesn't really help you win. And I think those two things, I feel like you can't really miss on those.
Yeah, you gotta strengthen that jab up.
You gotta strengthen the jab. Gotta be that's gotta be a very important part of all fighters. Some of them gonna have better jabs than others, but you establish your position with jabs. All the other punches work off of how well can you land this jab, and
or disrupt the motherfucker with your jab.
Right. In Fight Night, in the Fight Night, if I hit you with enough jabs in a round, that jab would start to affect how accurate your punches are. Right. So you can't just return fire to my jab every single time, because sometimes it's gonna cause me to get easy counters off you because you're trying to punch you're trying to punch me with a fist in your eye already. You know what I'm saying? You can't see as I'm jabbing you in real life. So that doesn't translate quite like that. And counter windows, like when I actually use head movement doesn't work in the game. And when I use like other stuff, like the window for me to counter you is too small. Yeah, but I'm sure that they know about it. I'm sure that they've heard a lot more people talk about it than me. And it's not all bad. There's a lot of good stuff about the game, but there's definitely some. I'm super technical. I want all the technical stuff to be in there. So I'm a stickler for that. Like I want a box. I want to be able to box well enough to where if you want to slug,
you too.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna stop you because you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to slow down because you're not gonna be able to speed me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they trying to bring. I think they was complaining about ranked only being 8 rounds, and they like that shit need to be 12 rounds because a lot of people need that extra. You know what I mean? I need those 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's not just that. Like they have some of the boxers have perks that don't kick in later till the 6th round. So I only got 2 rounds of my boxer being what he's supposed to be. You know
Exactly. Yeah. I think the patch it was supposed to have been a patch coming through today because this when it came out, but I think they're gonna fix a couple more things before they put their first patch through. But that's even dope about video games now, though, that they could do that. You feel me?
Yeah, that is dope. Like, right,
it's not a
finished
finished
they can go
product.
in and tweak all of this different stuff. This will need a lot of damn tweaking, but the fact that they can tweak it is tight, though. That's
exactly.
Tight.
So it means that when we buy a game now, when we pay $80 for a game, it's not the finished product. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's dope. You know what I mean? They can keep improving on it. And motherfuckers still playing motherfucking what's that? Grand Theft. Because they keep
that 20-year-old right about now, it's at least 10 years old now, so
and they
still adding stuff.
And they still adding shit. You dig what I'm saying? They still and people still playing it. So yeah, that's dope. All right, man, you gonna have to do a match, man. We're gonna do a match.
We're gonna have to do one. I've been I watched a couple of y'all streams, man. I've been trying to get y'all space, bro, because you'll see.
We need you on Xbox or PlayStation because I got both.
I'm on Xbox.
Okay, good. You know what I'm about to buy? Is a Ryzen controller for PlayStation, but it's configured and shaped like the Xbox controller. I think I want to get that for PlayStation because I don't like the PlayStation controller for games where you got to use the analog sticks like that. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. The fact that they all close together.
Yeah,
like that,
I don't like that shit. You feel me?
Yep.
So yeah, I think but that fucking controller $200. I'm like, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and go ahead and buy that so we can. All right, man. I'm holding you up, man. We'll get on tonight.
All right, bro.
All right, yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Definitely appreciate it. This was a good little conversation. And I want to have, you know, the election's about, they say it's like 4 weeks out from now. So I want to have at least 1 or 2 more of these. Hell, I should try to drop one every week until they actually have elections, because this is when they're supposed to be getting down to like, let's see what these damn policies are. They get together in these rooms and they say, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. But how? And then you get the smart reporter in front of them and they say, so how you going to pay for it? And they dance all around that. No, I want to hear somebody actually say how they going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear somebody just stick their neck out there and allow your plan to be scrutinized. Allow us to be like, I don't like that, or maybe you could cut from over here instead of over there. No, like just give me something to actually work with, right? When I'm having my when I go to the gym and I'm talking to the crazy Trump supporter guy, and he's telling me why Trump is better than Kamala, I won't be able to make him have to look up something, not just, oh man, he say crazy stuff. And I like people who say crazy stuff. No, I want more than that. I want more than that. So peace for y'all. Peace to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming out.
Yeah. DQ. Check. Have you ever had a dream in the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In the room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright. Nigga, have you ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In the room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Calculated every step, so I can't stand a hater out here hating on. Niggas out here making moves. See a handout, the type of shit they waiting on.